Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Gendera. I'm Garowyn and I thought I'd do a bit of an update on how the trees are going since we planted them. Oh, can't see them. Let's go have a closer look at them, shall we? So we've got a few trees that we planted. So there's a mulberry here that I planted from a cutting, although I planted that before winter. This one is doing really well. Hang on. So this is starting to have new shoots. So this was a bare-fruited, I think it was a pear. And the little plants down the bottom are all doing really well. Almanzo's doing really well. This one doesn't seem to have had much growth yet, but I think it might be thinking about shooting. And the little plants I planted down the bottom are doing well. And as you can see, there's not enough wood chips. None of the sugar canes have come up yet, but what I did really show you is, look, mulberry that got run over by a tractor. It got slashed multiple times. It is actually coming back to life. I thought that had died. My little calendula is doing well. I think that was calendula. No, that's plantain, I think. None of those sugar canes have come up. That little mulberry over there is doing well, along with the little plants underneath. They're all doing well as well. And my little banana tree, I thought I'd lost that one too. It seems to be coming back, so really pleased with that. The mulberry that Sharon and Ashby helped me plant a while ago is doing fantastically. It's even got some fruit on it. Look at that. We're not even in spring yet. Well, a couple of days and we'll be in spring. But it's fruiting. Really pleased with that. I'm not well, hence the really heavy breathing. A little butternut squash is doing well. My little citrus is flowering beautifully. Elderberry's coming back. That one's doing well. My little banana over there's surviving. So the elderberries are coming back. They've been run over copious times. And I planted a comfrey in there. That sugar cane's not doing anything yet, but that's okay. And that little mulberry's doing well. The section of the garden, I'm actually having a lot of trouble with, feeling quite dizzy and lightheaded. And I've got an appointment with the cardiologist on Monday. After the Holter monitor test that I had done, I've got some irregular behaviour with my heart and some clotting happening, and they've put me on blood thinners, which is a bit concerning. And my breathing's really not coping well. Yes, Kat, that's the perfect spot to pee. You can water the sugar cane. I'm pretty sure I put a cutting of sugar cane in there. But that's all doing really well. It's really liking all the mulch that I put down. The cats are going nuts. A couple more mulberry cuttings that have taken off and doing really well and fruiting. A lot of those aren't doing quite so well. So I'm just in the process of taking the hose over to the other side, to the other fledgling food forest. My pawpaws are doing well. This mulberry is not doing well. Although, sorry, I'm wrong. It has got a new shoot. There is a new shoot there. I was starting to worry that it might have been dead, because it's the only one of my mulberries that actually hasn't got any leaves on it. So that papaya's doing well. I really should try and stake up that one. My pigeon peas are doing well. Now, these pigeon peas are not ready to harvest. These ones, they are. So you can hear the peas rattling in the pods, and the pods are quite dried out. But there's still quite a while before I'd go dropping those seeds and causing a problem with sowing itself in the ground again. Although I want it to self-sow, so I'm not going to be that upset about that. I'm wanting to plant a lot more pigeon pea. But if you're in a smaller garden like my friend Lynn, this is the best time to harvest your peas. At this point, they're still not quite ready yet. But yeah, so the garden's kicking along nicely. My blueberries aren't doing quite as well as I'd hope, but they haven't been looked after. And I tell you, the garden has been completely and utterly neglected, which is why I actually put down such heavy mulch so that it can survive. This blueberry is the one blueberry that's actually flowering so far. It's doing really, really well. So I'm quite pleased with that. My yarrow seems to have self-sown itself a bit, which is wonderful. It's going to create some lovely flowers for the bees. The ice cream bean tree is doing well. Borage is self-sown, which is also really good. Really happy with that. Another pigeon pea is doing well. The apple guava is doing well. Sorry, I'm hoping the cardiologist has some answers for me tomorrow. There's a possibility that the propanadol that I've been having to take because of the graves could be causing some problems. And I probably shouldn't be out in the garden at all. But I need the fresh air. Although there's a heap of mosquitoes out at the moment. And I wanted to check on the garden. And being out in the fresh air is good for the mental health. Not being able to breathe is not so good. But I'm not really doing that much, which is a bit concerning, really. My lemongrass is doing really well. The passion fruit vines aren't doing much of anything. But again, nothing's been getting looked after. It's all been being really neglected. I think that's ashwagandha. It's doing well. I should probably harvest some more seeds off that and probably propagate it. But yeah. But I'm taking each day, one day at a time, trying not to push too hard, trying to get schoolwork done for the boys, getting my study stuff done. Whenever I'm up to it, I'm coming out and doing what I can. And not stressing about stuff I can't take care of. But that is why I've put such deep mulch around all of my plants, because it does provide them that little bit extra protection when I'm not able to look after them as well as I should. Especially when you have unseasonally hot days, which we have been doing lately. We've been up in the mid-30s, which is not normal temperature for this area. Not for the end of winter anyway. It's like we've hit straight into summer and we've completely skipped spring. Which is really not great. And it really highlights the need for lots of plants like lemongrass, which act as a help with microclimate, as well as the pigeon pea. It helps with creating a microclimate around trees. So just having a lot of different plant species around the place to provide different habitat and create microclimates to be able to protect the trees when they're going through extreme heat. So the lemongrass is going to act like a bit like a living mulch. That's what the pumpkin vines hopefully will do as well, as will the lemon balm and a couple of the other plants that I've planted that will go nuts, hopefully. And that's the whole idea. I want them to go nuts. I want them to create a living mulch around the trees so that it provides shelter during the hot summer. Although at the moment we're having a hot spring. And the mulch just isn't deep enough. I really need to get a lot more mulch down if my garden is to survive summer. Unfortunately, my capacity is very limited. I have been getting a little bit of help. A friend of mine brought a son over, and he and Matthew got in and mulched a couple of fruit trees over here, which is a bit hard for you to see because it's getting dark. This mulberry tree that the goats keep eating is doing really, really well. It is just loaded, absolutely loaded with mulberries, which I am super excited about. I love mulberries. The goats love the mulberries too, hence the reason why I've got so many cuttings everywhere, because the goats keep chewing the tree. And unfortunately they tend to snap the branch down at the base of the trunk, which the tree's coping with, and it's just giving me an opportunity to propagate. Sorry, not very great for camera work, is it? And the mosquitoes are coming out. Honestly, it just does not feel like end of winter, beginning of spring weather. With the mosquitoes the way they are, and the heat the way it has been, it's feeling like summer. And it's going to be a hot one, I think. So yeah. Don't you love the camera action? Sorry. Chickens are having fun with the automatic water, as they. Normally I'd be counting so that I've got some idea of how long I've been watering for, but I'm talking to you guys. So I'm not counting as much as I normally should be. And I probably won't last out here for much longer. Not with these mosquitoes. Oh, I'm just not wearing the appropriate clothing. Which, this mulberry seems to be the one tree that gets watered out of the entire food forest area over here. Everything else seems to miss out most of the time. Which isn't great. It'd probably be better if I started right up that other end. But yes, in fact I might do that. Having the flu's not helping. I'm starting to get better, but it's very slow. Oh look, this blueberry's coming back nicely. That blueberry's coming back really nice. That makes me smile. My bulbs don't seem to have come back yet this year. Let's just give that navel orange some water. See, the boys helped me mulch the macadamia tree, a couple of blueberries, and the pear and the apple over there, which was really helpful. I put down some cardboard and they put down the wood chips. I'd still like deeper wood chips, but it's better than nothing, and it's progress. See, I think there's a blueberry there. I think that's the apple. That one's the pear. Poor little macadamia over there is not doing so well. I think it might have died. I think the frost got it too much. I think I chucked down the grass too early because the grass was providing some protection for it. And we got a couple of nights of really heavy frost, which did a heap of damage to my comfrey plants actually. Comfrey didn't like it at all. But so that's an example of the pigeon pea creating a really nice shade for around that blood orange, which strangely seems to have lost some. It seems to have lost a heap of leaves, but there's a heap of new ones coming up, so I'm not too worried. Oh dear. I'm worried about these mosquitoes. I'm pretty sure there's a blueberry in there. If not, there's lemongrass that needs watering. So yeah, we're making progress. Slow, but progress. But I think I'm going to have to go inside. I'm just getting eaten alive by mosquitoes here. Might, if I'm able, come out and do some watering the first thing in the morning. But at least some of the fruit trees have gotten some water. Tomorrow's supposed to be up in the high 30s, so it's going to be quite a hot day. I would have liked to have gotten everything watered, but it's just gotten too late and the mosquitoes are out too badly. So yeah, but anyway, thanks for keeping me company in my wandering. And checking out how my garden's going. And thank you for all your comments and your encouragement. I really appreciate it. Life is quite hard at the moment. And we're about to have some big changes happen. Which eventually I'll make a video updating on that, on what's going on with everything there. Hopefully I've got a little bit more information. But we've definitely got some progress happening. There's just totally not enough water for these trees. But they do have very thick wood chips down, and that'll help protect the soil. Oh, sorry, mosquito getting me. Might just leave that there. Generally I don't like leaving that there because that means the hose is going across the driveway and I'm going to run over it in the morning when I take the puppies to puppy school. But I want to get back out here and do some more watering tomorrow afternoon at the latest. So yeah, anyway, have a great one. Bless you.